is a redirection symbol that we use for standard input? The redirection symbol. Hmm? Anybody can answer. What is the redirection symbol? To take the input. What is the redirection symbol?
Less than.
Less than. Okay. Similarly, for standard output, it is
Greater than.
okay. Greater than symbol. So moving on to the next topic. Okay. Next topic is filters. Okay. So it is very easy to remember filters. So filters are those commands. Okay. So they are those commands which it takes or which make use of both standard input and standard output. Okay. So some commands which will make use of both standard input file and standard output file. Such commands we call it as filters. Okay. So in Unix we have 4 categories of commands. Okay. So the first one is directory oriented commands. So these are all we have already studied. What are the commands that deals with the directories? Okay, mkdir for creating the directory, removing the directory, changing the directory. So these are all the commands. Okay, we already studied. So those commands that deals with the directory, they are called as directory oriented commands. Some other commands like ls, pwd, who, so they don't read any standard input, but they write it to the standard output. Okay, so this is another group of command. Coming to the third group, the third group. So for example, LP. What is LP command used? Anybody? LP command. So it is LP command is for giving the output. Okay, whatever the file, for example, LP one file you mention. Okay, that file will be given to the printer for printing. Okay, LP is for printer. Okay, so that reads standard input but don't write to the standard output. Okay, they don't display it in the monitor, but instead they directly give it to the printer. Okay, the commands like cat, wc, compare, okay, etc., they use both standard input and standard output. Okay, so the fourth category what you see, okay, the example of a cat, cmp. So that fourth category which make use of both standard input and standard output is called as filters. So filters can read directly from the files. Okay, so those that we mention as an argument. Okay, then filters are the commands which accepts the data from the standard input. It performs some updation, manipulation, and write the results to the standard output. Okay, so standard input is nothing but it deals with your keyboard. Okay, so using keyboard you give the input to the command, and then you write the output to the standard output, that is your monitor or the terminal display. Okay, so to give an example, this is an example, correct? Just if I give wc, okay, 1.txt, what does this will do? Can anybody tell me what does this will do? So here we have both standard input and standard output, right? Both redirection symbols we have here. So for wc command, okay, it makes use of both. It can make use of both standard input as well as standard output. So this is an example you can give it for filters. So what does this command do? I have both files, 1.txt, another one chap11. What does this command do? Can anybody tell me? What does the wc command do? What does the wc command do?
Word count.
Word count. Okay, so word count, you cannot simply say it is a word count. It counts even the lines, number of words and number of characters. Correct. The output it gives. So what does it, this entire line tells? How will you write it? this command is given in the exam, okay, how will you write the description about this command? So this symbol is for taking input or output? Less than symbol. Less than symbol is for input or output? Input. Okay. So what does it will tell? You are taking the input from which file? The file name is 1.txt. So this indicates that we are taking the input from 1.txt for the wc command. So what this file has? So this has these many lines. Okay. How many words? Around 8 words we have. Okay, 8 to 7, 6 words we have in this, and it will count the number of characters. Okay. Then what does this greater than symbol indicates?
Output.
It is for the output. Now after executing this first wc less than 1.txt, you will get what are the number of lines are there in this, how many words are there, how many characters are there in this, correct? That output, what you are doing, you are giving it to the file chap11. Okay. So now look into this. I'll execute this here. What is happening? So it will override, okay, the previous. Then it will print how many lines are there, how many words we have, how many characters are there in this. Okay. So here we are dealing both input as well as output. We are taking the input as well as we are giving the output. So both the symbols are used. Is it clear? Okay. So this is an example we can give for filters. And one more thing, your assignment is uploaded. Okay, assignment for module 1 is uploaded in the Teams. Okay. Last date is October 9, October 7, sorry, it is 7. Okay. So within that deadline, you have an option there itself to upload the assignments. Okay. So before the deadline, upload the assignments. Okay. After the deadline, you cannot upload the assignment. Okay. Because in the dead, tell me. So assignment doesn't have many questions. Okay. Only around 5 to 6 questions you have in assignments. Okay. Please try to submit. Okay. You have to submit before the deadline. Okay. 7 is the deadline. And next week we'll be conducting one test on module 1. Okay. So be prepared. So I may give it 1 day advance. Okay. I will message you 1 day advance. Okay. But anytime in the next week we'll be conducting one test on module 1. So all this will be taken, the marks will be considered for components, so be careful. Okay. So the next topic is pipe. So we already discussed about pipe, correct? So this is a symbol that we use for pipe. So what are the pipe will do? With piping, the output of command can be used as input to the subsequent command. So what we are doing here, now we are having two commands here. Output of command, that is command 1, is given as input to the next command, that is command 2. Okay. So what we are doing, we need the output of this. Okay. So here, as soon as we get the output of command 1, we are just giving it to the input for command 2. Okay. So this is done using the pipe symbol. Very important concept in Unix, pipes. Okay. So pipes allow us to execute many commands. So apart from pipe, okay, how we can give the input to another command. So this is one example where we are not making use of pipe. Okay. So here we are having who command. So what does who command does? What does the who command does? We studied about who command, right? What does who command give?
List of users.
Okay, it will give you the list of users. Okay, that one per line. Okay, who and all are using the system. So we know that Unix is a multi-user system. So many user can use the system, Unix OS. Okay, so who and all are using the system. So once you get the output of who command, okay, so this is the output symbol. We are keeping the output, okay, in another file user.txt. So once we get the output of who command, so using this redirection symbol, output redirection symbol greater than, we are copying, okay, the output to another file user.txt. And then we are executing cat user.txt. What does the cat command will do? In the previous class, I asked one student, what is the cat command? Who was that? Cat command. Abhishek. They ask Abhishek or Sumant. So what does cat command will do?
Concatenate.
What is concatenate? What will be the outcome of this cat user.txt? What it will do?
It will copy the contents.
Copy the contents. Okay, I'll execute.
It will view the file.
Huh? What this will do? Cat chap11.
File.
Huh?
Show the contents of chap 11.
Okay, it will show the content of chap 11. So similarly, when I execute cat user.txt, it will show the content of user.txt. Correct. So what is the content of user.txt? It is the output of who command. Correct. We have kept the output of who command in the file user.txt. So here it is showing one output. Okay, the content of user.txt. So this is the output. Okay, it is showing that the root is a person, okay, who belongs to the group console and he is using. So this is the information. Okay, so the time, okay, time modification time and all it is showing. So it is showing the information, the user who is using the system. Okay, so this is the output. So you can see here it is having only one user. So only one user per line. Okay. Then what we are doing is we are executing wc minus l. What is wc minus l? Command will do wc minus l.
It will count the number of lines.
Okay, it will count the number of lines. Okay, from which file? From user.txt. What is a user.txt? How many lines are there in user.txt? How many lines? Only one line we have. Correct. There is only one line, so it will give you the output as 1. Okay. So this is one scenario where we are using input as well as output. So what we are doing, we are keeping the output of who in one file user.txt. It's a temporary file. Okay. Only it doesn't have much use. We just use that file for keeping the output. And again, we are using that file to print the number of lines. Okay. So in this example, though we are using both input and output, it has two disadvantages. Okay, the first one is long running commands. So we are first storing it one file, another again we are taking that file for giving the output. Okay, so long run of commands. So since we are running the long run of commands, many commands, the process may become slow. Okay, it may vary in terms of a few fraction of seconds. Okay. The second command cannot act unless the first was completed. Correct, right? Unless you store the output of foo command in user.txt, you cannot execute this command. Correct, right? Only once you have completed executing this first command, only then you can execute the second command. So this is the first command. This is our second command. Okay. So that is the first disadvantage. Another one is you may need to go for intermediate files. In our example, we have used user.txt, right? Same way, we may need to go for many number of intermediate files. So this may create large number of temporary files and may occupy more space in the disk space. Okay, so that is the two main disadvantage of going for this way of executing the commands, where we use temporary files for storing the output, okay, which later can be used as an input for another command. Okay. So to overcome these two disadvantages, we go for the concept of a pipe. So pipe is very simple. We don't have any temporary files. Okay. So what we do, we execute ls command. Okay, this is an example. You can see we execute ls command. As soon as we get the output of ls command, we give that the input to the wc command. So what ls command will do? Ls command will list. Okay, ls command. There is a number of, list all the files. So wc minus l. If it will tell it is having 26 lines in the file. Okay, number of lines in the file. So this is one example, and this is one more example. What we do is we execute ls, we get the output, we give it as an input to wc minus l, and then what is this greater than symbol? It is for a standard output symbol, right? So then we store that output in which file? 11.txt file. So whatever the output we got, that in the execution we got 26, right? So that 26 number we are going to store it in which file? 11.txt. Okay. Similarly, this is one example. What we do? We execute ls command. Okay, we get number of lines. Okay, and that number of lines we give it for lp command. So lp command will directly give it to the printer to print the number of lines. Okay. So these are some of the examples for pipe. Okay. Is it clear, the concept of pipe? Concept of pipe. Any doubt in this? Any doubt in this?
Could you explain the last one again, ma'am? I was diverted.
Last one, what we do is we get ls command. Okay, the lp is for printing. Okay, so lp. So once we execute ls command, we get a list of file. Then we go for wc minus l. Okay, so wc minus l will give you the number of lines in that file. For example, we got here 26. Correct. Again, suppose if you write like this. Okay, I don't have a printer connected here. So that is why it will not give the output. Okay. So if the printer is connected, whatever the output you get 26, it will be given as a input to the printer. So this will print that. Okay, LP command is for printing. It is connected to the, if you are connecting to the printer, it will print this 26. Okay, is it clear now?
Yes, ma'am.
Since we don't have printer connected here, it will give LP command not found. Okay. So this is one more example. So you can go for the simple example. This is only 2 commands. Here we have 3 commands. Okay. So this is, so going on to the next topic. So the next topic is basic and extended regular expressions. Okay, we are going to study about regular expressions. Okay, so we have already studied about wildcards, correct? So wildcards, star, question mark, then square bracket, okay, where you write the class to match. Okay, so these are wildcards we have already studied. So wildcards comes under, okay, we can tell that it comes under regular expression. Okay. So for dealing with regular expression, here we are going to study two commands. Okay. So in this topic, we are studying two commands. One is grep command, another one is egrep command. Okay. And we are going to study examples, okay, that involves different regular expressions. Okay, I'll tell you what is a regular expression, what is grep command is for. Okay. So we often need to search for a file. Okay. So suppose if you have a file, okay, we often need to search a file for pattern. For example, I have a file 1.txt. In that file, I want to search where we have the word VCT. Okay, in the entire file, I want to search where and all I have the word VCT. Okay, I want to get the output. Okay, get the output of all the lines which has the word VCT. Okay, in that file I may be having 100 lines. Okay, out of that 100 lines, I want those lines that is having the word VCT. Okay, so in that case, we will be making use of the regular expression. Okay, once we get the pattern, okay, either we may display the line or we may replace it with something else. Okay, for example, we use in the word find, correct? Word document, we go for find. So what find will do? Find all the words, okay, that matches that particular, all the lines that matches with a particular word. Okay, then once you get that particular pattern, we can replace it with something else. Okay. So this is a syntax we use for grep command. So grep is one that is used for searching the pattern. Okay. So this is a syntax we use. So first write the command. The name is grep, and we can have number of options. We will discuss about the options later. After that, write the pattern. For example, I had explained VCT. So write the pattern name and write the name of the file. So my case, the name of the file I had explained 1.txt. Okay, so you can write grep VCT 1.txt. Okay. So grep command, it will search 1.txt file for all the pattern VCT. Okay. And it will display the lines containing the pattern. For example, I have a file. Okay. I have how many lines here? I have 3 lines here, correct? So this is example I will give. I have 3 lines here. Okay. I want to find all the lines which is having the word sales. Okay. I want to find all the lines which is having pattern. Here we have not given any option. Remember, we have given the pattern name. Here it is sales and the file name is CHAP2. Okay. So how many lines we have here with this pattern sales? How many lines we have? How many lines we have here? Please answer. How many lines we are having here with the pattern sales?
3.
3 lines. Correct. So those 3 lines you will be getting. Okay. So all the lines which is having the pattern sales will be displayed. So let me give one more example. Instead of sales, Let me find the line which is having the pattern director. You can see here how many lines we have with the word pattern director. How many lines? One line. Okay, that line will be displayed. Is it clear? So you can expect this grep command. They will ask you in GATE exams and all. Okay, GATE exam, NET exam. Okay, you can expect they will ask this command. Okay, so grep. Okay, I'll give one more. ls. Okay, we have executed ls command here. Okay, so in this ls command, okay, here grep chap 1. So what it will do after executing the ls, okay. So this is the concept of pipe we are using here. Okay. So after executing ls command, we are getting these outputs, right? So we have already executed ls command. So these are the outputs we are going to get. So what we are doing, that output we are giving as an input to the file, okay, to the grep command. Okay. So that we are giving as an input output, that output whatever we are getting is given as an input to the grep command. Now grep command will search for the pattern chapter 1. Okay, I will use the word chapter 1. So in this list, okay, in this list, these many files I have, okay, I can tell it is a pattern. Okay, since we are using grep, I can use the word pattern. It will search for the pattern chap1. Okay, so you can see here. So I have two files, okay, two words that will start with the chap1. Okay, so two lines it will display. This is one and this is one more with the pattern chap1. Suppose if I don't have, okay, if I don't have the particular pattern, okay, I don't have a pattern with the name sales 1 here, correct? I have only sales. Sales 1 pattern is not there. If I don't have, then what it will display? Okay. So it will not give any output. Okay. Suppose if I don't have the particular pattern, okay, or in some terminal it will display pattern not found. Okay, we will not getting any output if the pattern is not found. So this is a basic information. Okay, the basic in about basics about grep command. Any doubt in this grep command? At least you have understood the basic thing. What does a grep command will do? Because if you understand this, only then you can understand the options that we use in grep. Is it clear? Any doubt in grep? Any doubt? Understood? Understood.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So I can use grep command, okay, to search more than one files or to search in more than multiple files. Okay. So grep command can be used for searching multiple files. So I use here director. Okay, this is a pattern. I want to search in two files. One is chap2, another file name is chap11. Okay, you can see here in chap2 I have one line. Okay, this is a line which is having the word pattern grep, and this is another file. So here I have in all the three lines the word pattern grep. Pattern director. Okay, how many lines it will display? How many lines it will display?
3.
3 or 4? Grep. I want to search the pattern director in the two files, chap2 and chap11. In this file, I have all 3 lines with the word director, and coming to CHAP2, I have in only 1 line. Okay, so what the output it will give? How many lines output we are going to get?
4.
4 lines. Okay, so all the 4 lines it will display. So this is the first pattern search. This is another one, third one, and the fourth one. So 3 lines is from CHAP1 and 1 line is from CHAP2. Okay, so like this you are going to get the 4 lines. Suppose if I want to search for a pattern, okay, Jai Sharma, okay. So here you can see here we don't have just single word, we have 2 words, correct? In that case, suppose if we are having more than word 1, you have to place it within single quote. Okay, place it within single quote. Suppose if you don't place it within single quote, okay, what it will do? It will tell no such file. So what it will do? It will consider this as a pattern, this as a file. Sharma, it will consider it as a file, and it will tell there is no such file with the name Sharma. Okay, so it will give some error message. So that is why always place it within single quote when you have more than 1 word. Okay. So this is about the grep, and the next moving on to the grep options. Okay, grep options. I said this is a syntax. Okay, this is a syntax. Grep. Optionally, you can give options. It is not mandatory that you have to give the options. Then specify the pattern, and then specify the file names, because here X is important, because not only one file, we can mention multiple file names. Moving on to the next one, grep options. So here we have around 7 options. Okay. So these options are important. You can expect in GATE exams and all, they will give this option and you have to tell what file it will match, what lines it is going to match. Okay. The first one, grep -i Agarwal in the file CHAP11. So here I am using the option -i. So -i it is used for ignoring the case. Okay, -i it is used for ignoring the case. So here it will locate all the pattern, okay, which is having the name Agarwal irrespective of the case. It can be either in capitals or in small, anything, okay, any case it may be. It is just looking for the pattern Agarwal. Okay. So do I get any output here? So this is the file. Okay. Now I have given capital A, capital WAL. Okay, but here I have small letter Agarwal. Okay, but since we have used -i, we will be getting the output. Okay, so it will give you the output. So which is a line? So this is the line which is having the word Agarwal. Okay, clear? Suppose if I have not used the -i option, I have not used the -i option, then what it will give? It doesn't match. Okay. It will match exactly. Okay, if I have not used -i, so it will search for the exact word with the exact case. Okay, the capital letter should be A, then the last 3 word characters should be in capitals. So it will search for the exact case pattern in the file. Is it clear? This is -i option. Okay, so -i it is for ignoring the case. To be careful, you have so many commands. We have studied so many commands and so many options. Okay, So you have to practice daily, otherwise it is very difficult. It is very difficult to clear the subject. The next one, next option is minus n. Yeah, minus v, we will go for minus v. So minus v, it is used for deleting the lines. It will select all the lines except those containing the pattern. So what it will do? It will select all the lines except those containing the pattern. See here, grep minus v sales CHAP11. So what minus v option will do? It will search the file chapter 1. Okay, all the lines except those containing the pattern sales. So how many lines we have except those containing the word pattern sales? How many lines? How many lines?
2.
Srikanth. Srikanth is there? How many lines? Srikanth.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. How many? What will be the output of this? Grep minus v sales CHAP11. What will be the output of this?
2.
What will be the output of this? First, you tell me what will be the output of this. Grep says CHAP11. How many lines? 2. 2, 1, 3. What grep command does? What does the grep command does? ಏನ್ ಟಿವಿ ನೋಡ್ತಿದ್ರಾ ಅಲ್ಲ ಮಲಗಿದ್ರಾ?
Searches multiple files.
Multiple files. Okay, tell me what are the multiple files it will search? Which files it will search? Hmm?
Matching
Searches for
patterns.
patterns.
So it will search for matching pattern. Okay, what is the pattern here?
Sales.
Sales. What is the file name?
Chap 11.
Chap 11. So it is searching the pattern sales in chap 11. How many lines it will display? How many lines we
1.
have? 3 we have.
1.
Out of that, 1 is having sales. So it will display only one line. Suppose if we go for minus v, what is minus v does? It will search all the files, okay, all the lines other than the word sales. So how many lines we have other than the word sales?
2.
2 lines. So you'll get 2 lines, okay, which is not having the word or pattern sales. Okay, so that is about minus v option. Okay, deleting the lines. So it will delete the lines that is having the pattern sales. The remaining lines it will show. Okay, so that is about minus v option. Moving on to the third option, minus n. So minus n, you have to tell me what is this is for. Grep minus n. Okay, marketing. Yeah, marketing. So what does minus n will give you? Look at the previous one. Okay, look at the previous. Okay, and the minus n. You will get the line number. Okay, so minus n is for displaying the line number. Along with this, it will show you the line number 2. In the second line, you have the pattern marketing. Okay, so here you can see this is a line number 2. The next one, minus c. So minus c is meant for counting the lines containing the pattern. Counting the lines containing the pattern. So here we will go for grep minus c. So it will give you the count. Okay, CHAP 2. We will go for CHAP 2. So what it is giving? It is giving here 3. So it is telling in the 3 lines, it will give you the count number. Okay, it will give you the number of the lines which is having the word sales. So how many lines is having? 3 lines is having the word pattern sales. Okay, so you can give multiple files. Okay, you can give multiple files. CHAP11, CHAP 2. In that case, it will display like this. So CHAP11 is having only one pattern. Okay, here you can see only one pattern is there. And in CHAP2, I have 3 patterns. Okay, so that is about minus C. Minus C is being the line count that contains the pattern. Okay, the next one is displaying the file name. Displaying the file name. So that is using the minus L option. Grep minus L manager chapter 2. So minus L, it will display the file name. So it will display the name of the file. Okay. So you can go for CHAP star. CHAP star. Okay. So CHAP star, what it will do? What a star wildcard means? Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So what does CHAP star wildcard tells? Star wildcard. CHAP star. It will matches. It matches the files which is having the CHAP. The starting 4 letters should be CHAP. After that, it can have 0 or more characters. Okay. So what minus L will do? Minus L will display the file name that is having the pattern manager. Okay, you can see here. Here I am having the pattern manager in CHAP star. Again, if you go for CHAP2, I have the pattern manager. Okay. Similarly, if you go for CHAP1, I don't have a pattern manager. CHAP11, if you go here also, I don't have pattern manager. Okay. Only in 2 files I have the pattern manager, that is in these 2 files, CHAP star and CHAP2. Is it clear? Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, only in these 2 files I have the pattern manager. Okay. So the next 6th option is minus E. So minus E, it is meant for matching multiple patterns. Matching multiple patterns. See here, grep. This file. Grep minus E. I want to match the pattern Agarwal. Okay. And one more pattern I want to match, that is okay. This is the file CHAP2. So I want to match Agarwal and Shukla. These are the two patterns. Okay. If I want to match multiple pattern, I have to use -C, that is in the file chapter 2. Okay. So how many lines is having the pattern Agarwal and Shukla? How many lines? These are the 2 lines, correct? So it will give you the 2 outputs. Okay. Suppose if I want to match one more pattern, again I have to use -C Sharma. I want to match even this. How many lines? It will give you all the files which is having these 3 patterns, Agarwal, Shukla and Sharma. Okay, so that is about -E, matching multiple patterns. Next, the last option is taking pattern from a file, taking the pattern from the file. Okay, I want to take here in file 1. In file 1, I have given some list of patterns. Okay, so you have to create some file. One file I have created, file 1, and I have given the list of patterns. Okay, so I want to match all the files or a file, particular file which is having these patterns. Okay, these are the patterns I want to match. So I will give grep -F file 1, since it is having, okay, since we are having space, okay, since we are having space, to escape that space, we will be using quote. Okay, so this is escaping character. For escaping, you can use either quote or what is the other way? For escaping space, you can use quote or other way. What is escaping sequence?
Backslash.
Backslash. Okay, so I have used quote here. chap2. Okay, so I have all the pattern listed in file 1 and I'm searching which file? chap2. So here I have to search all the patterns. Okay, so you can see here. So what are the patterns I have given in file 1? I have pattern sales, marketing, market, SS sales. So in this, I think this is the only one pattern we have, that is sales. So in the sales, it will match all the 3 lines. So it will display all the 3 lines. Is it clear? So these are all about options of grep command. Any doubt in this?
Ma'am, I have doubt.
Yeah, tell me.
Like in grep command, you said that -N will give the like line number which consisting of that pattern, right?
Line number, yeah.
What if I have the pattern multiple times, like in multiple lines?
Okay. Again, same thing. We are telling that the pattern director. Here I had given the example like grep -N, okay, marketing, and I had given chap 11. We are telling if this marketing is there twice, correct? Pattern is there.
Yes, ma'am. In different lines.
In different lines. Let me put it in different lines. Let me see. Now I have in 2 lines, correct? Let's see what the output it will give. What it will give? It will give you the line number, both the line number it will give. So 2, we are having 2 line number, you are having the pattern marketing. Again in line number 4, you are having the pattern marketing. Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay. So to just summarize, okay, what are the options we have? -I is for Sumandrai. What is the option? -I. -I is for ignoring the case. -N it is for displaying the line number. Minus V, it is for deleting the lines. Minus C is for counting the lines containing the pattern. Minus L, it is for displaying the file name. Minus C is for matching multiple patterns. And minus F, it is for matching the pattern which we have listed in a separate file. Okay, so these are all options we have. Okay. Any doubts? If you have any doubt, you can ask. So answer your attendance, Naresh,
Present, ma'am.
Navina,
Yes, ma'am.